watching PowerNation.
Welcome to Music City Trucks and our first ever Power Nationals, coming to you from the Nashville Superspeedway, just outside of Nashville in Lebanon, Tennessee. I'm Katie Osborne, and Mark and Brandon have invited me, along with some of the other Power Nation hosts, to help cover this event because really, this is way more than a truck show. It's monster trucks galore with 3 Bigfoot trucks, 4 Hot Wheels monster trucks. We have a drifting exhibition, an engine bolt-on challenge, and even a monster ride truck. But first, let's get started with Mark and Brandon.
Thanks, Katie. Yeah, well, I'm down here in the car show, well, car and truck show. It's not just beautiful cars out here today. Brandon's down in the Autocross, and we're going to be catching up with him here in just a couple of minutes. But for now, I'm going to check out these beautiful trucks, and we're going to start with this gorgeous 56 F100. This Ford belongs to Denny Gentry of Sparta, Tennessee. It's powered by a 351 Windsor and a built C4 transmission. The brilliant gunmetal paint job was done by Todd Jones, and Todd Michael Design executed the high-end leather interior. It sits on Mustang 2 suspension in the front and a 4-link tied to a 9-inch in the rear. What a fine example of a big fender Ford truck. Larry Freeman, out of Watertown, Tennessee, showed up with this beautiful 1991 GMC Cyclone. He's into anything that's rare and fast, and this truck is definitely both of those. GM made less than 3,000 of these 4.3-liter turbo all-wheel drive pickups in 1991. With an upgraded turbo and intercooler and aftermarket EFI, Larry's Cyclone definitely lives up to its name. No vehicle here has more personality than this 65 Suburban. This is the ultimate beach cruiser. It's even got a couple of surfboards on top. As a matter of fact, I think I'm gonna jump in this thing and head to the beach. I'm just gonna let Brandon take it from here.
Thanks, Mark. I'm over here at the Autocross. Now, Autocross isn't just for cars. Trucks and SUVs running. We got a bunch of C10s and a Jimmy over here. These things are crazy. Big tires, big brakes. These things are cool, but I gotta check out what that is over there. This rig right here, I'm not even a big rig guy, but this thing's awesome. Mike?
Nice to meet you, sir.
Thank you for bringing this out.
Absolutely, man.
Tell me about it.
It's a 13,000-pound race truck. We do primarily half-mile circle track.
Okay.
This truck has done road course racing. It's done top mile speed. It has done autocrossing.
The only thing I really gotta say is can I ride along with you?
Absolutely, man. You think you can hang with me?
I think so. All right, let's do this. This is awesome. Oh, that's awesome. Well, I've had my fun for the day. I know Mark just went to the beach in that Suburban, but I'm gonna tell him when he gets back that we're building this, and I guess I gotta throw it back to Katie now, so here you go.
Thanks, guys, and we'll hear from them a little later on, but boy, oh boy, do we have some trucks in the lineup today. From Hot Wheels Live, we have Bone Shaker, Tiger Shark, Demo Derby, and Mega Rex. Plus, Bigfoot #1, the one that started them all, is here. The Bigfoot with those iconic 10-foot tall tires is awesome, as well as a modern race and exhibition truck. And the Predator ride truck is here, giving fans a real monster truck experience. Coming up on Power Nationals, it's the bolt-on engine challenge and some drifting. You gotta hang on for that. Welcome back to Music City Trucks and our first ever Power Nationals. Now, this is way more than a truck show. This is something you've got to experience. In this case, it's in the NASCAR garages. Here's Pat and Frankie with the Engine Power Bolt-On Challenge.
Thanks, Katie. We are geared up, and we have our first 2 contestants of the day. We have Phil over here, and we have Chase on that side. How you guys feeling?
I'm excited.
All right.
A little nervous to be on TV.
No, I think you guys are going to do great.
too.
No matter what, you guys are definitely going to be the fastest time of the day because you guys are our first ones, and it should be pretty simple. I don't think you're going to have a hard time.
Parts are just easy bolt-ons. Don't over-tighten them. They are plastic blocks, but I think we're ready to go. Are you ready?
Yep.
Are you ready?
Ready?
And in 3, 2, 1, go. The challenging part, and they both attacked it right off the bat, is the exhaust manifolds.
Yeah, those are going to be the heaviest piece, and that's, you know, with all the bolts in there, it's a little bit tricky trying to get all the bolts lined up at once and not drop them out while you're trying to hold that manifold and get the bolts screwed in, but
Is this anything like you're used to working on, Chase?
Not even close.
I'm not trying to hold you up. Actually, I'm trying to distract you. Keep going. You're doing great.
I think you're distracting him. I think Phil's pulling
He's
away.
already dumping fasteners on the ground over there.
I got a 3-year-old at home, so I'm used to Legos.
Oh, man.
Phil, make sure you remember these fasteners because if they're out, your time will not be counted.
I do not want to be disqualified.
Chase is he's slow and steady, and he's doing a great job.
Yeah.
Although Phil has blinding speed.
Phil has blinding speed, and you know, I think that strategy might work for him. Just kind of go for it and pick it up later.
3 minutes has elapsed, and Phil is already grabbing valve covers. Doing good. Doing good.
Yeah, if you notice the different strategies here, Phil is using the ratchet kind of like a speeder while Chase is going for the actual ratcheting motion.
I mean, if I did this, you'd probably have to time it with a sundial.
Yeah.
Come on, everybody, chase, chase,
Yeah.
chase, chase.
Don't worry about that, Phil. He's trying to get you riled up.
That's all right.
Just go ahead, keep focusing.
Oh, rats.
Phil
Yes.
grabs
Phil onto
a
the
coil
coil
pack
packs.
Whoa.
at 8:14. This one is gonna come down to the wire. I'm standing next to the judge, so he'll determine whether you are in or out.
Got it. All right.
No pressure.
No pressure.
Chase has got his last coil pack installed. He's just got to
Oh,
go
man.
through and tighten every single bolt, make sure he hasn't missed anything.
This is tight, boys. Phil is doing a final check.
That's good. That's a good strategy, though. You know, take the time, make sure everything's right. Make sure you're not missing anything, because then all that work could be for nothing.
All right, we're almost ready.
Oh, come on. All right.
And that is time. Woo! 11:54.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let's hear it for Phil.
Yeah, give him a hand.
Thank you.
All right, that was a great start for our first two contenders. Phil, you're currently holding the fastest time of the day,
All right.
so you could win yourself a jacket. Chase, great job, too. Thanks for coming out and participating, guys.
And this is one of the many things happening down here at the Power Nationals.
Well, dang, that was a good time. And as we said at the top of the show, we have 4 Hot Wheels monster trucks here at Power Nationals, and Joel and Tommy have more.
Hey, thanks, Katie. I'm standing here with the great Bobby Holman. So how did you first get involved with Hot Wheels and establishing a relationship with them?
Well, they approached us about doing this, and it was a cool deal because they had all these toys. They wanted to bring the toys to life. So they sent us all these toys and said, here, you guys build these. And here you go. All the Hot Wheels Monster Trucks toys have come to life.
And how long have you been a driver?
I've been doing this for 38 years.
And from what I understand, it's all in the family. It's almost a family business at this point, right?
It is a family business. My son Cody, he's my right-hand guy. I couldn't do without him. He drives a bone shaker. My daughter-in-law, Taylor, she drives Demo Derby. Her dad drives Mega Rex, and her uncle drives a Race Ace.
Tell us about the actual Hot Wheels Monster Truck Live Tour.
It's the coolest tour out there. I've been doing this a long time, you know. This tour is geared towards your family. All the kids that come out there, my little Tiger Sharks, are all over the world, you know. And it's a cool deal to see those kids out there smiling, jumping up and down, dancing, cater to the kids, and that's what it's all about.
Now tell us about the tech, like how much horsepower, weight distribution, all that fun stuff.
Well, Tiger Shark weighs about 12,000 pounds. Got a 604 cubic inch big block Chevy in it, blown, alcohol injected. Most of these trucks have 540, so we're all pretty similar. Compared to 38 years ago when I first did this, it was a big old truck that weighed 18,000 pounds, couldn't go 20 mile an hour. You know, these trucks, 30 inches of wheel travel, custom seats. It's nothing like it was. You know, the young guys are spoiled. They don't get it like the old guys did.
Well, all that math sure sounds like it adds up to a whole lot of fun.
It's the best job in the world.
Oh, I can only imagine. Well, guys, I'm going to see if Bob will let me drive one of these bad boys. But for right now, it's back to you, Katie.
Thanks, guys. And still to come on Music City Trucks, it's riding in a monster truck and drifting. We're back at the Nashville Superspeedway as our Music City Truck Special comes to you from the Power Nationals. Now, at an event like this, tires are clearly a big deal. Here's Jeremy in the exhibitor row with more.
Thanks, Katie. I'm down here in exhibitor row, and we're here with Johnny from Toyo Tires. We're in the Toyo Tire booth, and you know, we run your Proxy RRs on our Spec Miata. We have your Open Country RTs on our Mail Jeep, but there's more to Toyo than just those tires.
Yeah, we've got a wide variety of tires on display this weekend. We have a local vendor, Brian Motorsports, out here with his Jeep, his Chevy Love, and this wild Corvette behind us. Everything from the Toyo Tires AT3, the RT, the MT, to the high horsepower weekend track guys. We're in the Toyo R888Rs, even the Proxy Sports, which is an all-season tire for the average consumer.
And there is drifting going on today. On a personal note, you actually have your own drift car too?
Yes, I do. I've got a 1994 Mazda RX-7 wearing the Toyo Proxys R1Rs, and I love them.
You know, Katie, there's a bunch going on in exhibitor row, and we're going to go check it out. So for now, back to you.
Thanks, Jeremy. Now, we've seen Bigfoot crush cars, and we've checked out the monster trucks, but what would it be like to ride in one? Well, Mark and Brandon have that answer.
Thanks, Katie. Well, I'm out here with the Predator monster truck. This thing is a monster truck in every way. It's got the full tube chassis, 66-inch tall tires. If you wanted to, you could crush some cars with this thing, but that's not what this truck's for. There's one distinct difference between this truck and the rest of them. It has 8 extra seats right there in the bed. This is a ride truck, so enthusiasts can climb aboard and take a ride on a monster truck. One of those seats is for me. I'm gonna go get on. You ever ridden in one of these?
No, ma'am.
This is pretty cool.
I think if the American flag had a sound, it would sound something like this.
Agreed.
It's good vibrations, my friend.
The rear steer is kind of unsettling. It feels like you're fishtailing, you know?
Tap him on the shoulder to see if he'll take us to the grocery store real quick. Need to make a beer run. She's been drinking since 9 a.m. Nothing's gonna scare her.
It's only 8:30 though.
I know, 9 a.m. yesterday.
Any thoughts?
It was awesome.
I'm gonna need a cigarette now. And I don't even smoke.
Yeah, that was pretty good. That was awesome. Woo. Well, I've driven a monster truck. Never ridden in the back of one. I gotta tell you, that was kind of a unique experience. It was a lot of fun, but it turns out I'm not the only monster truck enthusiast here. This happens to be one little guy that's, let's just say, reminds me of myself when I was younger. Clearly one of the biggest draws here at Power Nationals is Bigfoot. And we've got a huge Bigfoot fan here, Trip. So you've got your little toy there, you're getting everybody to sign it. What do you think of being able to see a Bigfoot monster truck up close and personal?
I never thought I'd be able to see it.
So obviously getting up close and personal, this is kind of cool. What would you think if we let you get up inside and sit in that driver's seat of this truck right here?
I'd crank it up and take off.
Well, we better hide the keys, but we're gonna let Trip get up here and sit down and see if he likes it in the driver's seat. Let's do it.
This is really good. I like being in the driver's seat of this truck.
You do realize this is the very first monster truck ever built, right?
Yep, I do. Yes. I love Bigfoot.
Enough said.
Up next, it's the Carcass Drifting Exhibition. Welcome back to the Music City Trucks special coverage of the first ever Power Nationals. And as we said, this has been way more than a car and truck show. It's actually been a chance for the PowerNation team to meet our viewers and share our projects, both current and future, in person. One of those cars is with Jimmy in the Nissan exhibit.
That's right, Katie. I'm standing next to the Carcass 280Z, and Jeremy and I have not started working on it yet, but we do have some big plans. Right now it's very stock appearing, but we want to take a little bit of inspiration from the brand new Zs, 2 of which are sitting right next to our car. And so from Nissan, we have Paul, who's going to talk about the brand new Zs and tell us what we can look forward to when it comes out on the market.
Yeah, man, I just want to say thanks for bringing us out. Today we brought out 2 of the brand new 2023 model Nissan Zs. This is our new sports car, 400 horsepower, 3.0 liter twin turbo V6. We've got 2 performance models out here, both in a 6-speed and a 9-speed automatic transmission. And we've even got our new Nismo Street exhaust available on the Z as well. So be sure to check it out.
That's going to be so awesome. I can't wait for these cars to come out. Maybe we can even take a ride or test drive one. But otherwise, we can't wait to get started on our 280Z. So Katie, back to you.
The new Z, now that's pretty awesome. And I just love how the guys are going to celebrate the heritage of the Z and their 78 project. Now, I also know that we've teased you long enough, so it's time now to send it over to the Carcass Drifting Exhibition and the Battle of Tennessee. Here's Jeremy and Jimmy.
Thanks, Katie. We're down here at the start of what is the drifting competition between East Tennessee Drift and the Slide Factory. And let me tell you, the competition is pretty intense so far.
And I've seen live drifting a few times. I think this is your first time. But before today, neither of us have ever been in a drift car, and it's one of the most ridiculous things you can experience as a passenger.
And I get pretty car sick, but I actually managed to hang on to my lunch for the most part. I think we're ready.
Man, here we go. Let's go have some fun.
I'm in the car with Louis Garza from East 10 Drift, and right now on this first run, he is the lead car with Barry following. With Louis being in the lead position, he will be judged based on his speed throughout the run, how much angle, and how smooth he is through the turns. There's also an R factor taken into account that basically describes how exciting the run is overall.
And I'm riding with Barry Clapp from Slide Factory, and we're in the chase car. Barry's judged on the same criteria as the lead car, but has some added factors, like his proximity to the lead car, plus he needs to mirror exactly what Louis is doing as close as possible. Once the first run is over, the cars get flipped around. That means we're in the front, and Jimmy and Louis have to mirror what we're doing. And at the end, the judges pick a winner based on both runs. That's as much fun as you can have on four wheels, I think.
That was all right.
That's freaky.
It's a little like, I get like anxiety a little bit.
We had such an intense time, and we were sitting in the cars, and what you couldn't see because we had our helmets on is because we were grinning from ear to ear.
And things like this make our job truly awesome. So back to you, Katie.
As much as I know you want to go back out there, it is time to take care of a little business. The final scores are in, so let's return to Jeremy and Jimmy and the trophy presentation.
All right, guys, the day was a hell of a day. You guys put on an amazing show. We've got you guys here from East Tennessee Drift and from Slide Factory, and they put on this entire event. So thank you guys for coming out, bringing all of your cars. Let's give them a big round of applause. And we do have some weather rolling in, so we're just gonna kind of get at this really fast. Now, the two cars that ended up in the final were both cars from East Tennessee Drift. And the winner that's gonna go home with the trophy for the Battle of Tennessee is Tyler. And it's heavy, right? Yeah.
Put it down.
Yeah, you can set it down, that's fine. Now, Tyler, you're driving a E36 BMW. Louis, you've got a Corvette. Really, when it comes down to it, it's got to be a lot on driver, not necessarily car, right? Yes?
I agree.
Yes?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, again, thank you guys for coming out. We all had a great time. You guys put on a heck of a show. We do have weather rolling in, so we're going to let you go. But from the Power Nationals, thank you guys for coming on out. We will see you next year. Slide Factory, maybe you can bring that home next year.
Yes, sir. We will certainly try.
Yeah, we'll have you back. We will. Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. East Tennessee guys, why do you guys all come on out here? Everybody? Yeah. Because this really goes to you guys. Yeah, pick it up. Pick it up. Yeah. We'll see you guys next year.
Well, hey, that was a good time. Thanks to the drivers, Slide Factory, and East 10 Drift. And as we say goodbye, check out the cars and trucks taking their courtesy laps on the Speedway's Tri-Oval. And who is leading the pack? The original #1 Bigfoot. And who is inside? Yep, that's Mark and Brandon. Any final words, guys?
Well, anytime I can ride in Bigfoot, especially Bigfoot 1, it's been a good day.
I love this truck. Power Nationals turned out pretty dang good.
And anywhere Bigfoot shows up, it's going to be a good time. Special thanks to Mike and the rest of the Bigfoot crew for coming out.
Pleasure being out here.
Back to you, Katie.
I know they've both been in it before, but that's like bucket list material, right? A big thanks to Nashville Superspeedway for partnering with us, as well as Summit Racing, EBC Brakes, Nissan, and Toyo Tires. I'm Katie Osborne. Thanks so much for watching.
You're watching Power Nation.
Welcome to a very special episode of Detroit Muscle and the first ever Power Nationals. Coming to you from the Nashville Superspeedway, just outside of Nashville in Lebanon, Tennessee. I'm Katie Osborne, and I know you're asking, why is she here? Well, Joel and Tommy invited me, along with some of the other Power Nation hosts, to help cover this awesome event. From 3 Bigfoot trucks, including the original, we've got 4 Hot Wheels monster trucks, Autocross, and Power Nation Alley. And Joel and Tommy found some hardcore car guys.
We're out here at Power Nationals checking out the car show, and Joel just found a car that's got a very similar story to our pride and joy, a road burner. You guys gotta check this out.
Well, guys, if you know me, you know I can never pass up a Mopar, and I'm standing next to a beautiful 68 Plymouth Roadrunner owned by my friend Lonnie here. Lonnie, thanks for coming out to the first ever Power Nationals. You having a good time so far?
Oh, yeah, I had a real good time.
So tell us about the car and the inspiration and the history of it.
Well, it was an old race car, and it was really too far gone to put back original, so my son and I, Kurt, decided to cut the body off of a Challenger and cut the bottom out of the Roadrunner and put the two together.
What's the history behind the Roadrunner itself? Was it just a regular car?
A drag car, and it'd been treated pretty rough over the years. I didn't have the numbers matching motor, so I really wanted something like this that I could drive every day.
Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, our Roadrunner, you probably saw it over there at Power Nation Alley. It kind of has the same story. It had a history of being a race car at one time, and you even went in with the late model power plant.
The 5.7 was the good motor to use because you could run on 87 octane gas, not have to pay that high price for premium. It got pretty good mileage. I think it gets about 23, 24.
So you're definitely a Mopar man at heart, huh?
Well, it's just fun to drive. The car drives just like it was a 13 Challenger that we used, and it drives just like a 13 Challenger would.
For sure, and I think that's why a lot of people are going with late model power plants nowadays. They want that look and coolness factor of an old car, but they want that air conditioning. They want to be able to cruise down the highway and take it anywhere, right?
Yeah, this year with the Power Tour, when we went on it was so hot, that air conditioning come in real handy.
I can imagine so. Well, thank you, Lonnie. You did an excellent job, sir. Right now, we're going to go check out some more Detroit Muscle. You behave yourself.
Thank you. You have a good one.
Hey guys, we're here and we caught up with the owner of this beautiful Trans Am. Now with the engine that's in here, how much more peppier is it? Is it night and day difference?
Yeah, it's night and day. I mean, we peaked about 500 horses when we put on the dyno last fall. First, the engine that was originally in it, a 305, only gets about 200 horses. So yeah, it's definitely night and day.
Do you have any future plans to go with this or maybe possibly building something else?
Yeah, I thought about buying a BMR front suspension and throwing underneath here. My son wants to build an 87 GTA with a manual transmission, so we might do that.
Well, it sounds like this gentleman's got the bug like the rest of us. We're going to go a little further and let you get back at it, but we appreciate your time.
Well, before you guys leave, can you sign my hood here underneath?
Oh, absolutely. You good with that?
Let's do it. Man, me and Tommy are having a good time checking out some iconic pieces of Detroit iron. We're going to keep poking underneath some hoods. It's back to you, Katie.
Thanks, guys. They'll be back with more in just a bit, but right now, let's check out the first Bigfoot. The original monster truck that started them all is here with us today. Who knew when creator Bob Chandler crushed those cars in the Pontiac Silverdome back in 1983 that it would lead to a worldwide traveling show of monster trucks today? Plus, we've got the Bigfoot with its 10-foot tall tires. I mean, that's pretty cool, right? And the modern full-on exhibition and race truck is here, which I've been told may need to crush something. I guess we'll see about that. And to top it all off, the Predator ride truck is here, where you can experience what it's like to ride inside a monster truck. We're not done yet. We've got more coming your way, including PowerNation Alley and Autocross from the first ever Power Nationals. We're back at our first ever Power Nationals at the Nashville Superspeedway, and man, we've got some stuff to show you. But since this is our event, we thought it was a great opportunity for fans to meet the hosts and see up close some of their projects. So, from Engine Power, here's Pat and Frankie.
Thanks, Katie. We are here in PowerNation Alley. Well, you might be wondering what that is. What is PowerNation Alley, Frankie?
Well, it's a collection of past, current, and future projects from our 4 shows: Carcass, Music City Trucks, Detroit Muscle, and Engine Power.
Well, Pat and I are standing in front of the Honda Civic that Jimmy and I built on Carcass. This is one of my favorite builds, and you know, Pat, we've done a lot of Detroit-style American muscle cars, but this was kind of our first shot at a foreign little four-banger here.
Yeah, no, this was on our chassis dyno both before and after, and it made some impressive power gains, so I think we may have to do something else with it.
Right. Well, we brought it in and we doubled the horsepower, so maybe we should try to do it again.
Ooh, I like the sound of that.
We're here in PowerNation Alley, and I caught up with Tommy to talk about one of my favorite projects you guys have done, Road Burner.
Yeah, man, with this particular car, it's actually one of my favorites of all the builds that we've ever produced. And mainly because it was an easy one and it makes such a strong statement. Without the hood on it, you know this thing means business.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite parts, the 6.4 with the Terminator X on there, but running dual 750s, that's awesome.
When we built our turbocharged 306, we knew it needed a good project and a good home. And what better one than a 1964 flatbed? And I must say, I think everyone on Earth has some sort of connection to a 306 Ford.
You know, my dad had Ford trucks ranging from the 70s all the way up to the 90s. Every one of them had a 300 in it, and every one of them had over 300,000 miles on it.
Yes, they're like an anvil, right? And this one is not up to its full potential yet. We may have to do a little bit more to it, but I think that it's a good project.
You know, I might have to fight somebody for this. It can end up in my garage. I'd be totally okay with that.
You might get a little resistance. I think a bunch of people want this one, including me.
Now, Frankie, you and Pat are known for making some pretty serious power plants, but here at the show, you brought a vehicle along with you.
Yeah, Tommy, this is actually our current project. It's a 1977 Ford Granada Ghia that looks pretty inconspicuous, but actually we built a 347 for it that makes 531 horsepower at the crank, so this is definitely not your grandma's Granada.
Well, just so you know, my grandmother was more of a GM lady. But what's the next plans for this thing?
Well, now that we got the engine in, we got to do the drive line, so we'll do transmission, we'll put a 9-inch in the rear end, but outside, visually, the car really isn't going to change. You know, we got these Coker 14-inch wheels in here so we can keep the stock hubcaps and maybe give it a, you know, a polish and a buff, but other than that, this car is going to look just the way it does.
Man, I wouldn't polish nothing. I'd just close the hood and make this thing.
Just let it go.
Yeah. Just have a ball with it, man.
Heck yeah, it's going to be a blast.
Thank you, gentlemen. And I know we hinted at the top of the show, the Bigfoot Race and Exhibition truck is here, prowling the grounds, looking for a little bit of trouble. But also on the infield prowling the grounds, it's Mark, Brandon, Tommy, and Joel. What's up, guys?
Well, it's time to see some cars get crushed. We're here with Dan. Now tell us what's going to be happening with this big truck behind us.
Actually, he's going to go out here in the infield here a little bit, and we got 4 crush cars out here and do kind of a mini freestyle car crush. It's a pretty neat deal if you've never seen it, and to be able to see it in person, it's always great.
Oh, man, I'm a big fan of this stuff. I mean, you know, to see some carnage happen in a big, loud truck with some gnarly wheels, I mean, how could this not be a good time?
Well, you ready to get this bad boy fired up?
We are.
All right, guys, let's do it. Whoa, here we go.
We got ignition.
This is going to be awesome.
This is my childhood coming alive, though. I'm so excited.
Yeah, this is cool. I wonder if he gets excited every time. Oh, look at him crab walking it, too. That is awesome. All right, here he goes. He's going to pick up some speed. I think he's going to do it. Oh, here we go. Oh, he's going up.
Yes, sir.
All 4 tires came off the ground.
Don't let out of it, son. Stand on it. Yes, sir.
Wow, look at that. See, that's what everybody came out to see.
Yes, sir.
They weren't here to see you and me.
No.
I'm sorry, but that's the coolest job ever.
Affirmative.
Up he goes again. Wow.
Cleared him. Just jumped over him.
Did you see that? They're putting on a show. They said they were going to put on a show. They weren't kidding. Wow.
This is awesome.
It never gets old. I just watch them do this all day. I mean, this alone. I mean, come on.
That was some air time.
I mean, this alone is enough reason to come out and be here at this event. That is too cool.
You know what's really cool, too? If you look back here behind us, it's young and old. Everybody's got a smile on them.
Absolutely.
That was pretty epic.
Thanks, guys. That car crush was legit. And still to come on this Detroit Muscle special, Tommy and Joel want to go fast. Ricky Bobby style, of course, in the Mobil 1 NASCAR simulator. Plus, we still got Autocross. We're back on our special Detroit Muscle and the coverage of our first ever Power Nationals. Now, besides cars and trucks, there is so much more to see and do. We call it Exhibitors Alley, and it's filled with all kinds of companies, from EBC Brakes to Nissan with the brand new Z, Toyo Tires with our carcass builds, and Nashville's own, the amazing Lane Auto Museum. Even Bigfoot has its own exhibitor booth.
We're here at the Power Nationals because this is where our customers are, and we go to over 50 events this year, covering everything from endurance racing to cruise-ins, just so we can improve our offering and see what the customers are interested in and meet with them. The great thing about Summit is they're powered by enthusiasts. All the people that work there have the same vehicles that you do. We have motorcycle enthusiasts, we have race enthusiasts, we have people who build off-road trucks. They know what it takes to get the project done that you're working on. Summit Racing has a low price guarantee, so you can always be sure that the price you're getting at Summit is the lowest you can get. The other great thing is we have free shipping over $99 nationwide, 1 to 2 days if it's in stock. And we have our handshake guarantee, which is 100% satisfaction.
Joel and Tommy have more.
Hey, thanks, Katie. You know, no matter your preferred pavement pounding machine, I think we can all agree on one thing. There's nothing like turning and burning on a racetrack.
For sure. Now, I've never met a simulator I didn't like. We've got one back here. Now, you drove the hearse first, so I'm going to climb in the driver's seat on this one going forward.
Age before beauty, my friend.
Wait, that ain't nice, man.
To you, sir.
Thank you, thank you. Safety first.
Well, that reminds me, what size helmet are you?
I got a big head, y'all know that. Now I see why some people don't like to ride with me.
I'm gonna have to have a talk with the pit crew when I get back.
You can have a talk with them, but I'm gonna have a beer with them. I'm just glad I survived.
It's like a little massage chair. You know, I had dreams to be a race car driver one time. Woo-hoo-hoo. Y'all are hiring, right? Need a race car driver? Consider this my resume. Hey guys, we're out here at the first annual Power Nationals. We have Mark from Mobil One Racing. Mark, tell us about the simulator itself. Like, what started, how did this whole thing start, and where's it at today?
It's a way to interact with folks as they come by the Mobil One booth, so it's a great way to interact. You get the opportunity to drive a simulator, just about any track that's out there. You can drive at Talladega, you can drive at Richmond, you can drive Sonoma, the Sonoma racetrack. So it's a great way to interact with the fans. It's a great opportunity out here. We're partnered with Summit Racing. They're a direct customer of ours, so you can buy Mobil One there, and we love coming out and supporting events just like this.
Now with Mobil One, you guys make products for all type of applications, right?
Well, yeah, we certainly do. I mean, we have product for your daily driver. We've got high-end products. The technology that we learn about here at the track, we convert into engine oil that you can use not only for your daily driver, but we've got some high zinc 030, 050 for those high-performance engines as well. We've got the full complement. You can buy that all at Summit Racing.
Now, a lot of people think Mobil One is just like a racing oil, but it's actually, you know, designed for a lot of the OEM manufacturers, right?
Yeah, Tommy, that's a great point. I mean, we've got products for your daily driver. It's not only for the high end, any car that you're really driving. So
I'm going to climb back in that simulator and see if I can beat my own record.
I don't see why not. We're going to go climb back in there, bud.
Let's do it. Hey, come on down.
The secret to success is don't do what we did.
It took us 37 minutes to get around the track. No pressure. I think if you hit all the cones, you get extra points.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Well, we just climbed out of the simulator. Guys, did y'all have a good time? I know I sure did.
That was pretty fantastic.
It was great.
That was a lot of fun.
Well, Renzo, I know for sure that you said that you play video games yourself. How does that compare to like just playing at home?
So with the simulator, you really just have like the pedals and the steering wheel. At home, you're really more on a controller. So your steering wheel is your left thumb. Yeah, it's a lot different.
Do you have any tips I have to ask for like a rookie like myself?
Don't hit the wall.
That's it?
Pretty much. Just watch where you're going and don't hit anything.
Well, we appreciate you guys. We're gonna go find something to get into. You good with that?
Let's do it, bud.
We're going with you.
Sounds good.
Let's go.
Great. Right. Field trip.
Maybe you guys should stick to your day jobs. Coming up next is the Carcass Autocross exhibition presented by EBC Brakes. And here's Jeremy with the preview.
Thanks, Katie. I'm down here at the lineup of all of these cars getting ready to run this autocross course. And as you can see, we've got some pretty crazy things down here. We've got foreign cars, domestic cars. We even have a couple Teslas running. And there's also a bunch of pickups. Now, the SCCA has done an amazing job setting up this very fast yet very technical course. And at the end of the day, what are they here for? Well, they're all trying to chase that paycheck. And that's all what's coming up next.
Detroit Muscle continues from the Power Nationals with Autocross. Let's send it on over to the guys from Carcass, Jeremy and Jimmy. And did I hear that right? You guys have a special guest?
Well, thanks, Katie. We're down here at the start-finish line of the Autocross, and the rain's kind of moved in, but that hasn't stopped these guys from still going out and tearing up the track. And we're here with Preston from EBC Brakes. Now, Preston, tell me a little bit on how EBC is tied in with the Autocross group.
Well, you can see behind us, it's a very varied field as far as autocross goes. Lots of different makes, models, but we make compounds that will work with pretty much everything. Geometries for, anything from OE factory brakes to more exotic things. And we just released our new centered race material, which is works from cold. It's a full metal pad. You don't have to heat up your brakes and tires, which is great for autocrossers. Right.
And even a lot of these guys out here, they run like a Willwood Calp or something like that, and you guys make pads to fit that application as well?
Yeah, definitely. If it's a popular race pad, we're probably going to make it.
That's awesome.
Now, a little bit earlier, Jimmy and I had the chance to jump in with a couple drivers, and we had an absolute blast doing it.
All right, go to the happy place.
That's right.
Let's do it, Jim.
It's all mental.
I jumped in with JB Granger in a C10 pickup.
He's one of the more experienced guys out here, so it's really interesting for me to be able to watch what he's doing on the track. I have an autocross truck myself, so it's really cool for me to see what he's doing around the cones, where he's accelerating, where he's braking, because it gives me a little bit more experience, and hopefully it'll help me with my driving. Of course, the goal of autocross is to get around the course as fast as you can. So it's no surprise that a lot of the fast guys take a very similar line, hence why JB was near the top of his class.
That's a pretty good run, I think.
Yeah, good driving.
Sorry, Joe. Jimmy and I just beat you.
And I jumped in with Chris Wheatcraft in his second-gen Camaro. Now, Jimmy and I have been out on this course multiple times, but it's pretty cool to see how the SCCA guys lay out the course differently every time they come out. Now, the difference between Chris's car and a lot of the vehicles that we're running this weekend is Chris still runs a leaf spring setup in the back of his Camaro. And I can tell that the back was a little loose when he was going through most of the corners, but he sure did know how to drive his car. And at the end of the day, Chris ended up finishing in the top 10.
Felt like a good run.
Yeah, it felt quick.
It felt quick to me.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see what the time says.
And that's the best part, right? Like,
Absolutely.
you don't know. You have no idea what you just ran.
You have no idea. That felt fast.
It did.
As you can see, we had a ton of fun out here riding with these guys. They're super fast, super competitive. We're still gonna get a couple runs in, so Katie, back to you.
Well, that was one wild ride. A big congratulations to the competitors for putting on a great show, and a big thanks to SCCA of Tennessee for making it happen. And now as the cars and trucks take their bucket list laps around the Speedway's banked tri-oval, guess who else is getting their bucket list punched?
Thanks, Katie. I know we've sure enjoyed ourselves out here at the show. We've seen cool cars and cool trucks. You name it, it's been here. Finally, we're at a point that I get to check off something on my bucket list, and that is climbing up in this thing. And old Joel, well, I think he's already checked out as well.
Woo! Great day to be an American, my friend.
Oh, crap. You ain't got the keys on you, Nick.
You're kidding me. Amateur hour over here.
Thanks, guys. It has been such a great event for the whole family, and we want to say a special thanks to Nashville Superspeedway, Summit Racing, EBC Brakes, Toyo, and Mobil 1. I'm Katie Osborne, and for Joel and Tommy and everyone here at the Power Nationals, thanks so much for joining us.